Welcome back. This is still the press on KAFTAN Television. I am being joined by Richard Oriri, who is a public affairs analyst and a politician, I beg your pardon. He joins me live in the studio to help us analyze some of these headlines that has made it to our national dailies. It's good to have you and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Let me borrow your word. You're looking the new year. You're looking January. However,
you look so January.
You didn't come to come and eat chicken. I don't understand. How?
I wasn't around anyway. I traveled. I went to see my mom.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Hope they are great.
And they are very fine.
Well done. How did the whole festive period go with you? I hope it was enjoyable, because I came across a funny headline here on Tribune. It says, "How dirty December defiled Nigeria's economic crisis." So there are actually people that had dirty December. I thought we said the economy was hard. I thought we said things were hard and so many. So those that did dirty December. Are you among those that did dirty December?
Deadly December?
Dirty December.
Dirty December? The December was rough. December was rough. The celebration was rough for many families. But to God be the glory, here we are. And like in my federal constituency, because as it is now, December is being celebrated and made possible for people now by politicians, especially House of Rep members, senators, governors, because most of the palliative were shifted and some of them kept the palliative to the festive period before they disbursed them. So to some extent that made the celebration easy for so many families. Especially like in my federal constituency, I was entrusted with over 1,500 pounds of rice.
Wow, that's interesting.
In my own local government, by my House of Rep member.
Wow.
That's the Honorable Philip Ogbese, which I disbursed to all families across the 10 political wards in the local government.
Interesting.
Everybody celebrated. He's in charge of 3 local government. The Okpoko local government was giving 1,200 pounds. Royal Kabi, this King Oye or something like that. And so many even finances, cash. So, like in my federal constituency, I don't think we did not even experience any hardship in the festival.
That means you people did dirty December. So what are you saying? You did
other constituencies, they were even saying, how did this honorable member made it possible?
That's what I'm saying, because with what Nigeria saw in 2024, with the change that everybody saw due to the policy, some of the policies that the economic policies and the rest of it. So I'm wondering, those that had dirty December, because I'm not sure it was dirty.
There's no how you will agree that it was dirty.
You know, but I'm telling you now.
You celebrated and you were very happy doing it because that is the time for it, and you did it out of love. Yeah,
absolutely.
Xmas generally is love sharing.
Exactly.
So you did passionately from your heart.
Well, all the same, we thank God for life, we thank God for health, and we thank God for everything regardless. So then now let's get to the matters of the day. Well, in a rather tragic event or development, there are 4 people have died in Delta State, many others injured as regards to the 2-tank explosion that happened in Abo. What a year to begin the new year. I mean, this is not the first time this tank explosion is happening, and you know, when things like this happen, it leads to economic crisis. Businesses are, you know, people's investments are being taken away, are being terminated. But then, is there something you think can be done, or to at least prevent the rate at which explosion happen these days in Nigeria?
This is a tank explosion, I think, from empirical evidence and the result from some research conducted. I think the cause of this explosion, especially on that road, Delta, Abo, Bini, all those express through Ondo to Lagos or to Lagos, is as a result of the bad shape of that road.
Oh, bad road.
Yes, bad road causes it. In advanced countries, some of these tankers, they have their own lane, different from smaller vehicles. But in Nigeria, they combine the use of just one road. And most of the roads, they are not in good shape. And when the tankers carrying this diesel, petrol, when they have a misshape on the road, they will fall. And the moment they fall, the next thing is
explosion. Yes.
So I think the cause of it is majorly bad road. And if our government can put the roads in shape and possibly create another route for big tankers to use, like other countries of the world, I think that will seriously reduce the rate at which we experience this explosion in Nigeria. Some other part of the country where the roads are good and in good shape, we don't experience such thing. But in that area, you know, that road is over, the congestion of that road is much, and the road is not good, and too many things. In fact, it's generally it's a bad road, especially on that lane.
Wow. Well, it's quite sad to think that we began the year with such a tragic news. It's quite sad, but I think a huge amount of money has been budgeted for infrastructure and the rest of it, and we hope, Nigerians are hoping that the federal government manages it well for the betterment of Nigeria and our economy. Now, the 2025 budget, I think the military had was the highest part of the money allocated to them. Defense. Yeah, defense has the highest allocation of the 2025 budget. Now, bandit has killed Meiti of Allah leader and 3 others. I think he's in Katsina. I don't know which headline has the state where it happened. But then, this is 2025, and we're looking at what the budget has allocated to defense to, fight insecurity and the rest of it. Do you think there is a hope for 2025 or for Nigerians in 2025 to, go to sleep with their eyes closed and wake up one day and say that we over this insecurity, banditry, kidnap, and the rest of it?
My sister, 2025 budget has not been signed into law.
Of course, we know, but it will definitely be signed.
They are yet to even deliberate on it. And maybe when they return from this Xmas break, they will sit and deliberate on it. And after deliberation, it will be passed and sent to the president for assent. The expenditure so far that is ongoing, I think, is from 2023 and 2024 budget. And to be sincere with ourselves, if you look at the security situation in Nigeria today, you will see that the defense of the military, they have done so well. They have done quite well. The rate at which we experience insecurity in the past is no longer in that manner. It has drastically reduced, and the foundation laid by the immediate past chief of family staff, chief of family, yes, the Lagbaja, they did in fact very well. He did very well, and the person that have stepped into his shoe is equally doing, in fact, extra well. So the situation around the country today in terms of security it doesn't seem that we have no hope. We have so much hope, and if you look at check from December to this period now that we are, all the travelers from Abuja to Maiduguri, from Maiduguri to Benue, from Abuja to Kogi to Ebonyi, Lagos, there's not too much security report of a kind of kidnapping on the highway, assassination, killing, and disruption of people's vehicles, and there wasn't anything much like that. You are a journalist. I think you took a very keen interest in that area and that direction too within the period. If you see the report from the report from across Nigeria concerning security on the road has reduced. In fact, everyone that traveled, like me, I traveled on road. I traveled on road from here first to Makurdi, from Makurdi to Tukpo, from Tukpo before I got to my village. So there was no situation of such, unlike before. That even driving on the road, on Nigerian road, you will be afraid of being kidnapped. And there was no much report of any kidnapping itself on the highway throughout the Christmas period, the festival period. So the military, they are doing very well. Civil defense, they are equally doing well. Police, they are collaborating now. You know, before now, until Lagbaja stepped in, there was no collaboration between the security agencies. Okay. They were all operating from their own different angle. This one will not have information and share with the other one. The other one will not have information and share with this one. But now, the head of these agencies, they are cooperating now. Like the IG, the DSS director, NIA, military chief of defense staff, and all, they are collaborating very well now. And that is why you see what we are seeing today. So by the grace of God, we have the hope ahead is very huge.
The hope ahead is very huge. I love the sound of that. Well, viewers, at this point, our phone lines are open for you to call in to give in your contribution or join the conversation. Now, as much as we want to give it to the security agencies, that they are doing their best when it comes to insecurity, banditry, and insurgents. But then, if you look at the recent development of this Lakurawas, according to reports, these people emerged from Mali, Burkina Faso, and the rest of it. I mean, the neighboring countries. But looking at how porous our security borders are, do you think we can ever, eradicate insecurity? Perhaps some persons will say there is no country that's entirely eradicated insecurity. Fine, but to an extent, at least where an average Nigerian or a poor Nigerian can go to sleep with their eyes closed. What do you think should be done to our borders, or do you think our borders should be paid close attention to be able to manage this insecurity to an extent?
That is one of the disadvantages of this regional integration. Regional integration talks about free movement of citizens of this country to the other country. So now, on the borderline, I think we can encourage or talk to our immigration officers, talk to the security operatives like the military, civil defense, who are sent to mind the borderlines, so that they will be very vigilant. And the porosity of our borders, especially in Nigeria, I continue to say this, because until our government come to terms and decide and put a strong decision in place, as into fencing especially the northern part of this country, until we fence that part, there is no how we can check the inflow and outflow of non-citizens into the country. All these foreigners coming into the country, they come through the bush, through the forest zone, and most of them coming through that line. I think they are not they don't have proper business to do in Nigeria. What they are coming to do is to come and carry out certain things, and then at least go back again. And coming into the country, they don't. If they are coming through the main entrance, I don't think there will be this high level of insecurity that we are facing, especially around that northern part. Like this new set of criminals coming into the country, we are having the report only around the north. There's no such report about them in the south.
Yeah, you know why
the short report about them in the south. That is to tell you the area at with which they come into the country is basically around the northern
region, yes,
around the northern part. And if you go to the south, there's water within the northern part. In Lagos, you can't just come in without either through air or sea. It will be difficult for you to experience such in those areas. But in the north, the moment you cross certain part, you are no longer in Nigeria, and there are no security checking this inflow of foreigners. So that is one of the basic problems that we are. And the moment they come in, the moment they enter, what they do is to mix up with our people. And once they mix up with our people, we know Nigerians are too accommodative. They are too accommodative, especially like in the north. They speak almost the same language. Nigeria, almost 25 to 30% of most of the people around the northern part, they are Niger. And Nigeria too, about 35-40% of people in Niger, they are Nigerian. Nigeria and Niger, we can't separate ourselves from each other. You get my point? Nigeria and Niger, we can't say we are like almost, I can't say we are one. But now that boundary, geography has demarcated, they have given us this demarcation. That's why we are saying Niger and Nigeria. So now that, like some of them who are in Nigeria, they have their brothers in Niger. Some of them who are in Niger, they have their brothers in Nigeria. So they come in even with their friends that don't even have relations in Nigeria. And there's no check of these people coming in unlawfully. That is the issue. And most of them that are coming in, they are coming in with arms. That's the most dangerous part of it again. They are coming in with arms. Not that they are coming in for business. Those of them who are coming for business, they are different. So regional integration is integration is good, but when it's not properly checked in this aspect, it causes security breach, and that is what we are seeing. So what we should do is that our government should step up the game, and as in making sure that those who are coming in, they are well checked. But the porosity is so much. They just like now, if it is a custom, they have one road where they have a particular place where customs are stationed. Yes. But these criminals will not come through that side. They have particular place where immigrations are stationed. They can't pass through that side. They go through the other side, which is the forest zone. And that forest zone, few of these immigration officers and custom officers will have the mind to be there. So that is where we are having the problem. So that is why I am of the opinion that there should be boundary, there should be fence. Seriously, if you don't put fence within the northern part, we will continue to experience this inflow of criminals from other countries into the country along the northern part. It's dangerous.
Well, I think your suggestion is quite good, and we are hopeful that the federal government will do something in that regard, because the insecurity is what every Nigerian is praying that it becomes a thing of the past, so people can go to sleep with their eyes closed and businesses can run freely. Now, there is this sort of President Tinubu visited the executive governor of Enugu State, Governor His Excellency Mba, and he says, "I feel at home in Enugu." So, is this kind of what does this mean for all of us as Nigerians? But before you take that question, we have someone here on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Godwin John.
Who? Come again.
This is Godwin John from Abuja.
All right, Godwin John, please go ahead with your thoughts.
Yeah, I just want to contribute a little.
Okay.
Okay, I work with someone in a Matama. I don't want to mention the name, it's a very popular person.
Okay.
And we just people that here working together with them. And the work part of it, they have the young man, about 3 of them, they have police ID card, they have migration ID card,
Okay.
they have the custom ID card, all the personnel ID card, they have it. And we as a citizen of Nigeria, even voter card, national ID card, they have everything completely.
And these are foreigners.
Said, if I want to get all those things, he will take me to Central Niger, that I will have everything.
Really?
So if they are coming from Niger to Nigeria, if the customer stop them, they will show custom ID card. If the migration stop them, they will show migration ID card.
Really?
If the police stop them, they will show police ID card. And they are very surprised. I have about 5 of them like that. In the matter when they have worked across the work. I'm telling you what I see with my eyes. They ask me if I want to get all these things, he will take me to Niger. In the central Niger, I will get all those things with small money. It is well with us in Nigeria.
Amen. It is well indeed. Well, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Like, what level? Imagine the level of corruption. Please, I want you to respond to that because I'm so shocked.
And the aspect of it. What he's saying now is that then they are not even getting some of those ID cards in Nigeria.
Is that now who issues them the ID card?
Nigeria has embassy in Niger, and we have our people who works in our embassies. There must be something very fundamentally wrong with what he has said.
Indeed.
And why I say there must be something very fundamentally wrong is that if there is no collaboration between the workforce of our men in our embassies in Niger and some citizens within Niger, it could be a business, it could be something like business. They are paying them and they are making sure that they have this document handy from Niger before coming into the country. It is another eye-opener.
Yes.
What he has said is something that our security, like immigration officers and those who are the foreign affairs ministry, who are in charge of embassy in Niger, they should take it very serious. And if we demand flushing out those who are working in our embassy in Niger now and push in new blood, it will be very good. So that there will be some of these things will be reduced. If you look at what they are saying, it's very delicate.
It is.
Very delicate.
It is very,
Someone here who is in Nigeria telling Nigerian that if you need all these documents, I'll take
you just pay small money.
You pay small money,
and you get
everything. That doesn't speak well of us as a country.
Exactly, it doesn't. I think in this, as a country, we all have, nation building is collective effort. While we are expecting the government to do theirs, we are also expected as individuals to do ours, because everybody have a role to play.
As citizen.
Exactly, we all have our role to play.
In the Constitution, civic duty. You, as the country owns you some responsibility. That is the way
you own the country.
You own the country. You have to play your role as a citizen, protecting the image of your country, defending the territorial integrity of your country by your character, by the way you behave. The value of your country should be the paramount thing in your heart. The most superior thing that is in your heart is the image of your country as a good citizen. And you portray that in your behavior,
exactly,
where you work and everything you do.
Exactly. All right, we have another caller here. Hello, good morning. It's glad to have you join us on the show. Your name and where you're calling us from. Oh, we lost that caller. Sorry, you might have to call us back. Now, you know, before that call came in, I asked, how does it feel to see President Tinubu? I even saw him in Ibu Atai, and he looks quite good in it, I must confess. Like you can see. So, but then, what does this mean for us as Nigeria? Is this the one Nigeria we're talking about, or the unity piece? Because he said, I feel at home in Enugu. So, President Tinubu feels at home. What does this mean for us? But before you take that question, please give me a minute to take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. If you can hear me, good morning. Oh, we lost that call. Please go ahead with your thoughts.
He feels at home because every part of the country is his home. He's the president and commander-in-chief of Nigeria today.
Okay.
And as it is, he's the father of this country. He's the leader of Nigeria, and no part of this country that is not his own. So getting to Enugu and telling Nigerians and telling the world that he feels at home, that shows where I have come. This part of my territory
is also mine.
Enugu is still within his jurisdiction. So this part of my zone that I have come today is good to be.
It feels home.
So now, it speaks to security. It speaks to economic situation of Enugu. It speaks to even water provision. It speaks to too many things. The statement might look political, but it was heavy. It might look political, but it was heavy. Investors. How political? How does? I feel at home. That is one. The governor of Enugu State is not of his own political party. Not narrowly sitting or being together with a governor that is not of his own party. He should feel insecure.
Is he supposed to?
It's not supposed to be like that. But in African political concept, they used to look at it like that. Now he is in a state where his party is not in charge, but he feels at home. Meaning, politics has come and gone. Now is governance. Another part to it again is, I feel at home. If you don't feel at home in a place, possibly there will be insecurity. In your home, where you come from, you have security, but where you are now, you don't feel at home because you are scared. Anything that scares anybody is insecurity.
Exactly.
Insecurity is not just when they attack somebody. Insecurity is when you are feeling you don't
feel safe in a place.
You are feeling scared. Even when your husband shout at you, you are not secure.
Exactly. At that moment.
There's no security around you. By the way your husband even looked at you, by the way your husband look at you, you will not feel secure. So the president is telling us that Enugu is a home where anyone can go and feel free. If you want to go as an investor, you can go to Enugu. That is what he has said. If you want to go and do anything that will give you a good life, go to Enugu. If you look at what the governor is doing in Enugu State, like I keep saying it, in the whole of this country today, all the governors across both the north and some other part, even the middle belt, they should learn from what is going on in the southeast. The 5 governors in the southeast, they are into competition. Not competition of who steal money more, but competition of who develop their state more.
Exactly.
Competition for development, infrastructure and everything. Like Enugu State governor, he has come to revive almost even the water sector. He's doing so well. Security is doing. Enugu is one of the safest states now in the east. Abia of those days that nobody steps in, even citizens of Abia State, they feel scared, afraid to even go home for Christmas. But today, the governor has made Abia State to be a place where you can come, you even sleep on the highway without anyone touching you because the security is intact. The same way, if you go to Ebonyi State, it's the same thing. Anambra that was somehow bad before in terms of security. Anambra is no longer in such a situation. The governor set aside, the governor is doing so well, bringing in investors and manufacturing companies going. In fact, what is going on in the southeast, other governors in other part of the country should learn from the governors in the east. They are doing extremely well. So Enugu State, that the president is saying that he felt at home. It was not a missing. That statement was okay. It was very okay.
Well, it's okay. I wonder why you're looking at me that way. Well, it's okay. I'm looking at the way, you know,
whether you will attack me.
No, I'm not like that. Definitely not like that. What I'm saying is, you know, I look at him in the Igbo native attire, and he looks so good. You know, he looks gorgeous. To see the president in my tribal attire like that's a thing of joy. So, indeed. Well, now let's dive into some political matters. We have some kind of gang going on in PDP, and you know, come the 2027 general election, the PDP has come to say that you know, they're taking the ballots. The PDP would win come 2027. Reasons because the administration under the APC has you know, brought hunger, insecurity, and the rest of it. So with those things on ground, they are very, very confident and very certain that 2027, come 2027, PDP will take over the poll. What do you make out of that?
That is a statement of encouragement.
Okay. Apart from statement of encouragement, do you think they can make it to, you know, the
PDP, what is there? The first thing the PDP have to do. PDP ordinarily should be the main opposition party in Nigeria now.
But do they seem to be
playing that role of the main opposition? PDP is one of the most silent political party in Nigeria today. They are so silent, allowing the media to do their job, allowing CSOs to do their job. There are civil society organizations doing the job of opposition. The main opposition in Nigeria today is PDP. But they are too silent. Even internally, they have not even come to terms that they have issue within internally.
But they will tell
Did they even have a structure now?
Oh, you think they don't have structure?
They don't. If you look at it very critically, they don't have structure. At the national level, PDP don't have a standing national chairman of a party. They don't have.
Yeah, that's
because
because
this from national to state to local government to wards.
That's because
divided.
The national chairman.
So divided. That is the truth. I'm telling you. I'm a grassroots politician, and as it is now, if PDP should go for election, many of these political wards in Nigeria, they will fail. They will fail, except few ones who might be aggrieved with the ruling party in one way or the other. And in Nigerian political arrangement, it doesn't speak to that, because once the election comes, majority of the voters, about 45% of Nigerian voters are undecided. They don't have a political party.
Undecided.
Yes.
40 what? 45%.
About 45% of Nigerian voters, they don't have a particular party that is their own. They go out to vote just as a citizen, to say I want to exercise my right to choose who lead me. But to say this is my political party, I have a party card of AC, AP, AD, BDP, APC. They don't have any party cards. And majority of these people, they vote based on personality. So now, those who are so conscious about politics, that knows the ideology of this party, the ideology of this party. Let's say APC ideology, I thought it should be like this, but it's not like I thought it should be. A PDP ideology that made me to even be a member of the party. I thought this is what they are, but now I've seen that they are not this. Those who have that consciousness, they are not too much.
They're very few.
They are not too much. They are among the elites. And as it is now, PDP, they have not realized that they have problem. If they should realize that they have problem and try to put their house in order, there will be. Are you seeing APC as a party looking at seeing PDP as a political party that can even stand them in election? You see what happened in Edo? You see what happened in Ondo? That's where you will see the bigger picture of what will happen in 2027. Have they been able to take any state now, for now? Has PDP been able to take any state to say we must win this state? Even where they have internal crisis, they don't go before election to resolve those internal crises and bring their members together. The moment your house is divided, you have no place to go. You don't have, you can't succeed. PDP houses from ward to local government to state to federal, their houses is so divided that the center can never hold. And once the center cannot hold, nothing. What they are saying, they are just building on mud. And if you build on mud, that building will not stand. They are building on mud. They should go and try and lay concrete. Put proper structure first before they come to talk the way they are talking now. But for now, all the foundation they think they are laying is mud.
Okay, then let me get what your thoughts are or is about the leadership crisis, particularly the PDP. You know, at least the crisis around producing a party leader. Now, some people have the opinion that Damangu should step down, while some people are. It's just like a fight between antagonists and a guy against Damangu, and now the fear of those who want Damangu out of the way. Their fear is because Damangu is close to Wike, and we know, of course, you're a politician and an analyst. You've known what has been going on since after the 2023 general election. What has transpired between the PDP as a political party and the FCT minister Nyesom Wike. Now, do you think those who think that Damangu should step down because he's close to the FCT minister Nyesom Wike, do you think their point or their fear is valid?
There is no point or no fear that you can totally say is not valid and totally say is valid. Yes, in politics. Now, as it is, the PDP as a party, they have their own constitution. If the constitution is against Damangu continuing, then the best thing is to allow new body to come in. But if the constitution is not against Damangu continuing, Damangu as a person is a member of the party. Beside anybody coming to speak for him, let's
look at it from this perspective. If I'm your friend and a friend of mine happens to be your enemy, and you see the close relationship between me, who is your friend, and someone, and that's which is of your enemy, how comfortable will you feel around it?
Is not a member of PDP now.
Does Wike seem to be a loyalist?
See, loyalty in a party is about interest.
That is what I'm saying.
Loyalty in a political party is about interest.
Please answer this question. With what we are seeing recently, Wike is a member of the PDP, but there is a difference between being your friend and a loyal friend. Now, what I'm trying to understand from your perspective, do you think, as much as Wike is a member of the PDP, do you think he is still a loyalist of the PDP?
If he's not a loyal member of the party, and if the party have found him guilty in any way that is against their constitution, their rules, why have they not expelled him? If he's a member of the party and he has no crime of such that he has committed against the party, and he is a member of the, there is no how Wike will not exercise his full right as a member of the party within the party. And now Damagu is a member of the party and is the acting national chairman of the party.
So you don't see him having one leg here and the other leg there?
No, there's nothing having leg here, having leg here. There is nothing wrong with Damagu relating with Wike. Party survivor is in the hands of the gladiators. Okay, but then as a politician, the gladiators within every political parties, they are the one funding the party. Is Wike not one of those people that are funding the party? Why will Damagu not relate with Wike? Why would Damagu not relate with Wike? Damagu is not relating with the people who are funding the party. How will the party survive? How will the party pay their staff salary? How will the party carry out some other better exercises, better party processes that will make the party to still maintain its name as a party, PDP today? Damagu relationship with Wike, if it is, you can't stop Damagu from relating with Wike. Okay. It's his fundamental right. Yeah, but definitely. It's his right as a citizen to associate. You can't stop him from associating with any human being. They are no enemies. If you see Wike as your enemy, and you say because Wike is my enemy or Wike is occupying a position in APC, and for the fact that Wike is occupying a position in APC, you will not have. We cannot trust him again to be a loyal member of PDP. If you say you are not trusting him to be a loyal member of PDP, what have you found against him that made him not to be a loyal member of PDP? If you have found anything negative against him like that, that is against your constitution, the best thing to do, you sanction him. No, has it been sanctioned? All these things are just mere speculation and you just talk.
But then they should I've heard words like political enemy. Now, as a politician, give me a better understanding of what you mean, what they mean, or what the word political enemy means.
Political enemy is somebody that is not aligning politically with your ideology. Okay. Yes, it's your political. Let's say now, China and India, China and US. They are political enemy. International politics. Okay. They are political enemy. China, India, US, and Russia, they are political enemy. International in terms of international politics. Okay. They are political enemy. And once you see that this person is your political enemy, he will be doing things against your interests. And once the person is doing things against your interests, what you do, you curtail. And that is why US is using India to curtail China. US were using China to curtail Russia, and that was why they brought to them China will abandon their socialism to adopting democracy, and that's why they allowed China to join World Trade Organization to pull China away from socialism, socialist ideology to democratic ideology, allowing them to enter into World Trade Organization, and that has now made China to be so big in terms of economy. Okay. You understand? Because now China, they trade across the globe. They trade there's no part of this world that China don't trade. You get my point? It has given them so much power, economic power, even security power now. And the intention of US, they have abandoned it, thinking China will join the US ideology of democracy. Now they say they are maintaining their socialism. You get my point? So political enemy is that particular person that will not agree with your political ideology, that will not agree with your terms, to enable you achieve your aim, your goal as a politician. Is your political enemy, not that you are social enemy. Socially, you can go to occasion and you embrace yourself, you shake, you even hug. But politically, he's your enemy because he will never agree to your terms. He will never agree to what will make you succeed politically. And that's why the person is your political enemy. As it is now, Wike cannot be seen as PDP political enemy. You understand? Politics is interest. He still have interest to even contest for president under PDP, under his own party. He has the interest to contest for election under PDP. So what is, if they have found something very bad against Wike that makes him not to be a loyal PDP member, why have they not sanctioned him? They have not sanctioned him. Now he is a clean member. He has every right to take any decision within the party as a member.
I think I spoke to a member of the PDP who said Wike cannot be sanctioned because there is a court ruling or something. I can't clearly remember, but I've asked that same question around why can't he be sanctioned or even expelled. But I think according to his reply, there is a court ruling that but then I don't want us to...
PDP has so much problems. Now as it is, few governors fund the party. And people who have large heart like Wike, they are the ones funding the party. Why will you ask Demagun, who is enjoying that fund, coming from people like Wike and other persons, so to begin to be seeing Wike as enemy?
So regards to funding,
the party is not being funded. Their party will crash. So
regarding to the party funding, do you think the PDP owe him some kind of what will I say, compensation?
Wike compensation. Wike, I don't think PDP is owing Wike any compensation, because there can be no better compensation than Wike becoming a governor under PDP for 8 years, becoming minister, becoming this, he has enjoyed that over time from the party. I don't think even Wike himself is asking for compensation from PDP.
So what does it look like that happened after he was denied the presidential ticket under the PDP?
No, Wike, from all he has said, as a media person, and as
because we saw this fight blew over the roof since after the 2023 election.
What Wike said over time, his own was that presidency zoning was for the South. If President Buhari was leaving office, the position should go to South. And he came out to contest because he is from the South. And he came out boldly to work against Atiku because Atiku is from the North and Wike is against the North becoming president again. If I understood Wike very well, that was his stand. And for the fact that he couldn't make it during the party primary of a PDP, and a Northerner succeeded the ticket, he said that even that I am a member of PDP, I cannot support a candidate from the North, that I will support a candidate of any political party from the South, because originally it's our right to produce the president.
Okay.
That was his position. And as a citizen, he has his right to choose who lead him.
Okay.
That is number one. He has the right to choose who lead him. And even that is not in the constitution of all the political parties for rotation. There is no rotational arrangement in any of the parties' constitution. It's just a kind of understanding. Now let's be rotating this position. There should be rotation. There should be rotation for inclusivity, for oneness. And for that reason, now we Nigerians as a whole, Nigeria as a country, we are saying that this presidency should be rotating between the North and South. If you go to South, they have 3 geopolitical zones in the South, and we have 3 geopolitical zones in the North.
Making it the
now
sixth
in the north
geopolitical
we
zone.
have north central, northeast, and northwest.
Northwest, yes.
And if you go to the south, they have south, southwest, and southeast. You get it? So when it goes to south, the three geopolitical zones in the south, any of them can become the president. When you go to the north, any of these people from these three geopolitical zones can be the president. Now the agitation is rotational presidency. The agitation currently now, even in the National Assembly, rotational presidency. There are some group who are saying that presidency should be rotating among the 6 geopolitical zones. 6. Not just south and north again. 6 geopolitical zones. And some are even saying it should be rotating among states. Even they are saying that there should be rotational governorship in all states. Like in Benue, where I come from. Since there is no rotational governorship, with the Doma zone, with the Doma speaking tribe, from 1999, we have not been able to produce governor. We have one senatorial district, which is Benue South Senatorial District. And we have 3 senatorial zones in Benue. The governorship has been rotating between Benue and Zone A and Zone B. We are Zone C. Benue Zone A, Benue Zone B. They have been the one rotating the governorship among themselves. Because they have two senators, 2 senatorial districts. They have the population. The 2 combined against 1 senatorial zone. There's no how we can make governorship. Even during primary, we can't make it. Until it's rotational. Before a Idoma man can be governor in Benue State. And that's the agitation. Senator, Right Senator Patrick Abamuru is projecting that on the floor of the Senate now. That there should be a rotational presidency. So now, Wike's position, to me, is fair. Wike's position is very fair.
All right, thank you so much, Richard.
From the north, that I'm from the north, I cannot support the fact that President Buhari is going and another northerner become president again.
Okay.
Democracy is all about inclusivity.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your thought this morning and for being with us in the studio. Thank you for always coming around. But before we go, I want to sincerely appeal to our viewers. You might understand or notice that for some days we've been unable to stream, and that's because it's not intentional. That's because we're trying to put up or manage some technical issues, which we promise you will be resolved as soon as possible. We do not take your loyalty for granted. We do not take your support for granted, and we promise you we'll be back better and stronger. So, but until then, thank you for your support. Thank you for believing in us, and keep watching KAFTAN television. Until we come your way some other time, I remain Messi Emelite. God bless Nigeria.